The briefing room fell silent as Commander Rourke slammed the folder onto the steel table. The sound echoed off the concrete walls like a warning shot. Officers shifted uncomfortably, pretending to read their notes, pretending this wasn't about to get ugly. Everyone knew Rourke had a temper. Everyone also knew he'd just picked the wrong target. Lieutenant Commander Arya Hale stood at attention, hands behind her back, expression unreadable. She was calm, too calm. That alone rattled Rourke. You think you can question my decision in front of the entire unit? He growled, stepping forward. This is my command, my word is final, and if you don't like it, he jabbed a finger at her uniform. Take it off. You're relieved. Effective now. A few officers inhaled sharply. Others stared down, refusing to meet her eyes. But Arya, she didn't flinch, she didn't argue, she didn't even blink. Instead, she smirked. A slow, cold, dangerous smirk that made the hairs on the back of Rourke's neck rise. Commander, she said softly, you just made the biggest mistake of your career. Rourke scoffed. Oh, and what exactly are you going to do? You're done here. Arya stepped toward him, not aggressively, but with the quiet confidence of someone who had already won. Did you even bother checking the operational orders before you tried to humiliate me? He frowned. What the hell are you talking about? She pulled a sealed envelope from her jacket. Everyone recognized the red stripe across the top. That stripe meant top authority. That stripe meant career-ending consequences for whoever ignored it. Inside this, she said, placing it gently on the table, is the directive you apparently never checked. Central Command reassigned your authority 3 days ago. As of 0700 this morning, oversight of Task Force 9 belongs to. The door burst open. Every officer in the room shot to their feet. Admiral Keating himself walked in. He didn't look at Rourke. Didn't acknowledge him. Instead, he strode straight to Arya and snapped a crisp salute. Captain Hale, he said loudly, so every officer could hear, your promotion is official. Congratulations. The task force is yours. Rourke's face drained of color. See, Captain, promotion, what? Keating turned slowly toward him. Did you order one of my newly appointed task force commanders to remove her uniform? Rourke's mouth opened but no sound came out. Keating's expression hardened. Pack your office. You're done. Arya finally looked at Rourke, calm, steady, merciless. I warned you, she said quietly. And you chose not to listen. He staggered back as the weight of the moment crushed him. Arya walked past him without another glance. From this point forward, she was in command. And everyone in that room understood exactly why Rourke never should have challenged her. The briefing room emptied slowly, officers whispering in stunned disbelief. Word of what happened was already spreading through the base. By noon, every corridor would be buzzing with it. Commander Rourke had picked the wrong person to humiliate, and it had cost him everything. Captain Arya Hale stood alone at the front of the room, studying the task force roster left behind on the table. The names weren't just personnel, they were lives she was now responsible for. Missions she would lead, failures she would own, successes she would earn. The door creaked open. Lieutenant Vega, one of the younger officers, stepped inside nervously. Captain, I just wanted to say, none of us agreed with what he did. Arya looked up. Vega's hands trembled slightly, but her voice was sincere. I know, Arya said, softening. And I don't hold any of you responsible. Vega hesitated. Ma'am, the way you handled him. That was legendary. Arya allowed herself the ghost of a smile. Let's hope the results are too. She dismissed Vega, then headed toward the command floor. As she walked, service members stepped aside, watching her with a mixture of awe and curiosity. The uniform Rourke told her to strip was now gleaming under the hallway lights, the newly pinned captain's insignia catching every eye. She pushed open the door to the operations center. Giant screens flickered with maps, mission statuses, encrypted feeds. Conversations halted as she entered. Major Iverson, the acting operations director, straightened immediately. Captain Hale on deck. Everyone stood. At ease, Arya said, her voice steady but commanding. She moved directly to the central console. We've lost critical time. I want updates on all pending operations, starting with Falcon Run. Iverson cleared his throat. Falcon Run was delayed because Rourke refused to authorize the second recon. Arya didn't let him finish. Restart recon teams Alpha and Delta, she said. We move within 48 hours. Officers exchanged glances. Rourke would never have moved that fast. Next, she pulled up the personnel screen. Before anything else, she said, I want to address what happened today. The room shifted uneasily. Leadership is not about domination, Arya continued. It's about responsibility. Rourke forgot that. I won't. If any of you think I'm here to settle scores, you're wrong. I'm here because command trusts me. And I intend to prove they were right. Silence, but not fearful silence. Respectful. Iverson stepped forward. Captain, with your permission, the team would follow you anywhere. Arya nodded once. Good, because we have work to do. As the staff dispersed to carry out her orders, Arya glanced at the observation window above the operations floor. Admiral Keating was there, watching. He raised a hand in acknowledgement before turning away. His message was clear. Your command, your mission. Don't look back. Arya breathed deeply, centering herself. Rourke's downfall was only the beginning. Now came the part that truly mattered. Leading, winning, and proving why she should never, ever be underestimated.